Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. Are you ready to explore some seriously mind-bending concepts today?
Oh, I am so ready.
Awesome, me too.
Yeah.
Today we're cracking open section 4, chapter 1 of A Course in Miracles.
Okay.
Specifically, weiwat's take on the escape from darkness.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, have you ever read this?
I have, yeah.
What'd you think?
It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
It's very dense, but the ideas are so powerful, and I think weiwat does such a good job of making it accessible.
Totally
to
dense.
breaking it down.
Yeah, it's like he has this ability to take these really complex teachings and make them relatable.
Wait, what?
You know?
So totally.
Almost like he's speaking directly to you.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he understands our everyday struggles and stuff.
Yeah, and he doesn't shy away from the hard stuff either.
Right.
He really goes there.
Yeah.
But he does it in a way that's compassionate and also kind of funny sometimes.
Yeah.
He's got a good sense of humor.
Yeah, he does. He does. So the escape from darkness.
Okay.
This is such a powerful idea.
Yeah.
And it's kind of it's like that moment in Stranger Things when Eleven finally confronts the Demogorgon, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Except here, the monster is like our own fear, you know?
Oh, I love that analogy.
Yeah.
Because it is scary.
It is.
Facing our own darkness can be terrifying.
Totally.
Yeah.
But in Stranger Things, they have each other's backs, right? They have this support system.
Yeah.
And that's what we have too, right?
Exactly. We have each other. We have the teachings of A Course in Miracles, and we have weiwat's insights to guide us.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's we're not alone in this.
No.
We have this this whole crew, to help us navigate this kind of upside down world of our own minds.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah. Now, I'll be honest, Course in Miracles,
Yeah.
it can be a little bit dense sometimes, right?
Yeah, for sure.
It's like trying to decipher the lyrics of a prog rock song.
Yeah.
You know?
I know exactly what you mean.
But the payoff, though.
Yeah.
The payoff is so worth it.
It is.
Trust me. By the end of this deep dive, you're going to have some serious aha moments.
Oh, yeah.
That are going to shift your whole perspective.
Definitely. And that's what I love about weiwat. He just has this way of making these complex ideas.
Yeah.
Click. You get it on a gut level. It's he's like Morpheus from The Matrix,
No,
guiding you through the layers of illusion to uncover the true nature of reality.
I love that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get down to business.
Okay, let's do it.
So the first, mind-blowing concept that weiwat unpacks in this chapter is the idea that darkness isn't an entity.
Okay.
It's not a thing in itself,
Mm-hmm.
but rather it's the absence of light, right?
Mhm.
So think of it like this. You walk into a pitch-black room,
Yeah.
right? And it feels scary, right?
Totally.
But the fear isn't coming from the darkness itself.
Yeah.
It's coming from the lack of visibility.
Right. It's what's in here?
Yeah.
You don't know.
Exactly.
And that's what freaks you out.
Your mind starts creating all these stories.
Exactly.
Right? And that's what weiwat is getting at. It's not about fighting some evil force out there.
Right.
It's about bringing in the light of awareness, understanding, and compassion.
Yeah. It's instead of battling the Demogorgon head on, we just flip on the lights and suddenly
Poof.
gone.
Monster's gone.
Yeah.
It loses its power.
Exactly.
Yes.
It's it's just a shadow. My
Yeah.
imagination was running wild.
Yeah. Okay, so that's a game changer right there.
It is.
But how do we actually do that?
Yeah.
How do we bring in the light and escape the darkness?
That's the $1 million question.
Right. So weiwat lays out these 2 key steps,
Okay.
and they're more straightforward than you might think.
Okay. I'm intrigued.
So the first step is realizing that darkness cannot hide.
Okay.
Now, this might sound a little bit intimidating at first.
It does.
Kind of scary, right?
Yeah.
Facing your deepest fears.
Yeah.
But think of it like finally opening that creaky basement door
Mm-hmm.
that you've been avoiding for years.
Yeah.
Only to find out that there's nothing lurking in the shadows.
It was just my old stuff.
Yeah. The fear was all in your mind.
Exactly.
So it's finally confronting that awkward family secret you've been carrying around for years and realizing it wasn't really a big deal after all.
Right. The act of bringing it into the light, acknowledging it, diminishes its power.
Totally.
And this leads us beautifully to the second step,
Okay.
which is realizing there's nothing to hide.
Ooh. This is where things get juicy.
It is.
Right. It's like ditching the carefully curated Instagram persona
Yes.
and embracing the perfectly imperfect, wonderfully weird mess that we truly are.
Oh my gosh, yes,
Puffed.
100%.
Like just letting it all hang out.
It's so freeing.
Right. It's about shedding the masks, the pretenses,
Yeah.
the need to be anything other than our authentic selves.
Yeah,
And this is where true freedom kicks in.
it is.
Like, think about the relief of hanging out with your best friends, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like letting loose,
Yeah,
being goofy,
yeah.
not having to pretend.
That's the good stuff.
That's it. That's the energy we're tapping into here.
It is.
It's like that moment in The Breakfast Club
Oh, yeah.
when all the different cliques finally let their guards down
Yeah.
and connect on a deeper level, right?
I love that movie.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
They realize that beneath the labels, the facades,
Yeah.
they're all just teenagers trying to figure things out.
We're all just messy humans.
Yeah. And you know what? This whole idea ties into one of the most paradoxical yet liberating concepts in Inner. A Course in Miracles.
Okay, which one is that?
It's called Hidden Holiness.
Hidden holiness. Okay.
I know, right?
Interesting.
It sounds like something straight out of like a fantasy novel.
Right.
So how does this fit into the whole escaping darkness thing?
So hidden holiness is like this. Imagine we're all walking around with this radiant light inside of us.
Okay.
This like inherent goodness and wholeness. But instead of letting it shine, we try to cover it up.
Yeah.
We hide it away
Why?
because we think we're not good enough. We're not worthy enough to let it be seen.
It's like those kids in Harry Potter
Oh, yeah.
who are born with magical abilities, right?
Yeah.
But they try to suppress them
Yeah.
because they're afraid of what other people might think
Right, exactly.
or how they might be treated.
Totally. But the magic is always there.
It is.
It's bubbling beneath the surface, just waiting to be unleashed.
And trying to suppress this inner light, this hidden holiness,
Yeah,
this is what leads to so much fear and anxiety.
it is. We're constantly worried about being exposed,
Yeah.
about the facade crumbling.
It's exhausting.
Oh, it is so exhausting. But here's the catch. We can't hide,
Right.
and we don't need to.
Mm.
The moment we realize that
Yeah.
and we embrace our true selves.
Sports and all.
Yes.
That's when the real magic happens.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's so good. So good. Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and when we come back, we'll dive even deeper into this idea of hidden holiness and how it connects to escaping the darkness. Stay with us.
Wait, what?
Okay, so we've got these two steps, right? Darkness can't hide, and there's nothing to hide.
Right.
But how does that actually play out in our daily lives?
Right.
I mean, we're not all facing Demogorgons or dodging Agent Smith, are we?
Well, maybe not in the literal sense.
Right.
But we definitely encounter our fair share of metaphorical monsters and shadows.
Oh, for sure.
And here's where weiwat takes things to another level.
He connects this whole darkness thing to the feeling of scarcity.
Scarcity.
Yeah, that nagging belief that there's not enough to go around.
Okay.
Not enough love, money, success, happiness, you name it.
I think we can all relate to that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like that feeling when you walk into a crowded concert and you're convinced you won't get a good view of the stage.
Ugh, yes.
Or when you see everyone else seemingly living their best lives on social media.
Oh, stop.
And you start to compare and feel inadequate.
Yeah, it's the worst.
It is. And that scarcity thinking, that
Yeah.
feeling of lack,
Mm-hmm.
that's what keeps us trapped in the darkness.
Oh, okay.
It creates this constant state of fear and competition.
Right.
Like everyone's scrambling for a piece of a pie that they believe is too small.
Ooh, I like that analogy.
It's a good one. Right.
Yeah, it's like that scene in Squid Game where they're literally fighting to the death
Oh, yeah.
over a giant piggy bank full of cash.
Right. And they lose sight of their humanity.
Yeah, it's so messed up.
It is.
But it makes you think.
It does. It really highlights the dark side of scarcity thinking.
Yeah, totally.
But what if, instead of competing,
Yeah,
we realize that there's actually an abundance of pie?
an abundance.
Yeah. Like, what if we're all connected to this infinite source of love, creativity, and possibility?
Okay, I mean, that sounds lovely.
It does, doesn't it?
But how do we actually, shift from that scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset?
Right.
It's easy to say, think positive,
Exactly.
but it's not always easy to do.
No, it's not. And that's where the concept of atonement comes in.
Atonement.
Yeah, it's a central theme in A Course in Miracles.
Okay.
But before you roll your eyes and think we're getting all preachy, think of it more like a cosmic reset button.
Okay.
It's not about adding something new,
Right.
but remembering what's already there,
Okay.
our inherent wholeness and connection to a power greater than ourselves.
So it's like that moment in The Wizard of Oz when Dorothy realizes she had the power to go home all along.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. She just needed to click her heels together 3 times and believe, it was always within her.
Oh, I love that.
Such a good analogy, right?
It is.
And when we live from that place of knowing,
Yeah.
knowing that we are inherently complete, worthy, and loved, it transforms our entire approach to life.
So we stop, like, grasping and hoarding.
Exactly, because we realize there's enough to go around.
Right,
We
right.
start giving more freely, loving more openly, and approaching life with a sense of gratitude rather than lack.
That's beautiful.
It is, and it's powerful.
Yeah.
It's like that scene in Moana when she finally lets go of her fear
Uh-huh.
and trusts the ocean to guide her.
Love that movie.
Me too. It's so good. And she surrenders to the flow of abundance, and everything falls into place.
Oh, I love that. And one of the most powerful tools we have for shifting out of scarcity and into abundance
Yes.
is forgiveness. Right.
Forgiveness, absolutely.
Okay, but forgiveness can be a tough one.
Oh, it can be so tough.
It's easy to say forgive and forget, but much harder to actually do.
Especially when someone has really hurt you.
Right, or betrayed your trust.
Yeah, it's not about condoning harmful actions.
Right.
Or pretending everything's okay when it's not.
Yeah.
It's about releasing the grip that resentment and anger have on your heart.
Okay.
It's about choosing to see the situation and the person who hurt you through a lens of compassion and understanding.
So it's less about letting the other person off the hook
Yeah.
and more about freeing yourself
Yes.
from the burden of carrying around all that negative energy.
100%.
It's like that scene in Shawshank Redemption when Andy finally escapes from prison
Oh, yeah.
and sends Warden Norton that letter.
With the line about hope.
Yes. Hope is a good thing, maybe the best of things, and no good thing ever dies.
It gives me chills every time.
Me too.
It's so good. It's about reclaiming your own inner freedom
Yeah.
and choosing to focus on the positive, even in the face of adversity.
It's like choosing to be Neo instead of Cypher,
Oh, I like that.
right? Opting for the truth, however challenging it might be,
Yeah.
rather than living in a comfortable but ultimately false reality.
And forgiveness is not a one-time thing.
Right.
It's a practice, a conscious choice we make over and over again.
Especially when those old hurts and resentments resurface.
Exactly.
So it's like building a muscle.
It is.
The more we practice forgiveness,
Yeah,
the stronger we become at letting go of those negative emotions that keep us stuck in the darkness.
exactly. And here's where weiwat drops another truth bomb.
Hit me.
He says, there is no death.
Whoa, hold on.
Now, before you start thinking we've gone off the deep end,
Yeah, I was about to.
he's not talking about physical death.
Okay.
He's talking about the death of fear-based illusions.
Fear-based illusions.
Yeah, those things we perceive as endings or losses
Okay.
that keep us trapped in the cycle of scarcity and lack.
So it's about reframing those experiences.
Exactly.
Seeing them not as endings, but as transitions.
Yes.
Opportunities for growth and transformation.
Exactly. Like maybe a relationship ends,
Right.
but instead of dwelling on the loss,
Yeah.
you focus on the lessons learned and the space it creates for something new to enter your life.
Oh, that's a good way to look at it.
It is, and it's empowering.
It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And this ties back to shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset.
Absolutely.
When we release the fear of loss,
Yeah.
we open ourselves up to the infinite possibilities that exist in every moment.
It's like that scene in The Lion King
Oh, I love The Lion King.
when Mufasa tells Simba, remember who you are.
Oh, chills.
It's that remembering our true nature
Yeah.
as eternal, limitless beings
Mhm.
who are always connected to the source of all life and love.
It's like Mufasa's words are like echoing through the ages,
Yeah.
you know, reminding us that no matter what challenges we face, we always have the power to choose love, forgiveness, abundance.
Exactly. And as we start to embody these principles, we become like those radiant beacons of light that Gandalf talks about in Lord of the Rings,
Oh, yeah.
shining brightly even in the darkest of times.
Okay, I'm feeling seriously inspired right now,
Me too.
but let's get practical.
Mhm.
What are some, like, tangible takeaways that our listeners can apply to their lives, like right now,
Mhm.
starting today?
We'll start with small acts of forgiveness.
Okay.
Maybe it's forgiving yourself for a past mistake
Mhm.
or forgiving someone who's wronged you.
Right.
It doesn't mean condoning their actions,
Okay.
but rather releasing the grip that resentment has on your heart.
Oh.
It's like Marie Kondoing your emotional baggage, letting go of what no longer serves you,
Oh, I like that.
and making space for joy, peace lightness.
So it's like hitting the delete button on those old mental and emotional spam emails
Yes.
that keep clogging up your inbox.
100%. And when those sneaky scarcity thoughts creep in, there's not enough time, money, love, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
challenge them.
Okay.
Remember Agent Smith trying to trap Neo in the Matrix?
Oh, yeah.
Don't let those limiting beliefs define your reality.
Right.
Instead, remind yourself that abundance is your birthright, that you are inherently worthy and deserving of all the good things life has to offer.
It's like those catchy affirmations you see all over Instagram, right?
Yeah.
But instead of just, like, mindlessly repeating them,
Yeah.
really embody them. Feel them in your bones,
Yes.
you know? The force is strong with this one.
Love that Star Wars reference. And, most importantly, be a witness.
What do you mean?
Let your actions, your words, your very presence reflect the love, forgiveness, and abundance you've cultivated within yourself.
Okay.
Be like a walking, talking embodiment of these principles.
So it's less about telling people how to live
Right.
and more about showing them through our own example.
Exactly.
Like maybe you go out of your way to be kind to a stranger,
Yeah.
not because you expect anything in return,
Right.
but simply because it feels good
Yeah.
and aligns with your belief in abundance and connection.
That's a fantastic example. It's about those seemingly small, everyday acts that ripple outward and create a more positive and loving world.
Right? And remember, no act of kindness, no matter how small, is ever wasted.
Aesop, dropping wisdom bombs since, well, forever.
I know, right? This has been such an enlightening deep dive.
It has.
And I think we've all gained some incredible insights into how to escape the darkness
I agree.
and step into a life filled with more light, love, connection. We've learned that darkness isn't an entity but an absence,
Right.
and that we hold the power to bring in the light
Yes.
through awareness, forgiveness, and a shift from scarcity to abundance.
Absolutely. And as you continue on this journey, ask yourself, if you truly believed in your inherent wholeness and the abundance that surrounds you, how would that change the way you approach life, relationships, even the challenges you face?
Whoa, that's a powerful question to ponder.
Yeah.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into escaping the darkness.
Wait, what? Wait, what?